No, I don't believe Australian summers are getting hotter. I think we're in a cyclic weather pattern. We haven't been around long enough to know how often this cycle repeats. WA is extremely hot. They have multiple days of 40 plus, but they've always had that.
I definitely think that it is getting hotter, and particularly Australia is not dealing with it.
I certainly feel like our summers are getting hotter. I actually feel like they're coming a little bit later as well.
We expect that the increase of the population, the increase of the built area, and the increase of the energy consumption, especially in developing countries, will create a very serious problem of urban overheating. So we expect that, especially in developing countries, the problem of overheating will be a major one. And if really we don't take care from now, we don't apply the proper measures, and we don't really plan in order really to solve the problem of overheating, I'm afraid that cities or mega cities of 40 or 50 million people will suffer from a tremendous overheating, which will result in a huge consumption of energy. Just to understand that projections show that the energy consumption for cooling of one Indian city, Mumbai, will be much higher than the energy consumption of the whole United States.
Our discussions with community make it really clear that they need more support to manage heat. So whether that's new resilience hubs with cooling and access to new facilities, longer hours for pools, and obviously public buildings that are cooler. But in the long run, we need to change the fabric of the city.
With the development of new technologies, and especially with the development of the supercool materials, materials which present up to 20 degrees lower surface temperature than the ambient one during the summer under the sun, may, let's say, exceed the limits of mitigation up to 4 or 5 degrees. We have seen that in recent applications in, let's say, Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai, and in Calcutta, and many other cities. So actually we're able to decrease the temperature of cities up to 4 or 5 degrees with a combination of advanced mitigation technologies using supercool materials, greenery, and other mitigation technologies.
So in Sydney, we've had a huge uptake of solar power on individual homes, and it's making a massive difference to people's cooling bills in the summer in particular. But we also can change the fabric of the city with the roads, reflective surfaces, changing the colour of the roof on nearly every development across the city. These rules are coming into place in the city, and we already see the changes happening. In the face of these increasing stresses and shocks in our community, we actually have to work together. No one organisation can solve these scale of risks in a big city. Resilience is a team sport and we have to do it together.
And it's a win-win situation. So we have to see the problem of climatic change as, you know, a challenge, as an opportunity for the future, and not just, you know, a challenge that may, let's say, have just, let's say, negative impacts on humanity. So let's be a little bit more optimist. Let's plan, you know, let's stop thinking business as usual. Let's implement, you know, scientific knowledge, and I'm sure that we can really amortize the problems of, let's say, regional and global climatic change.